Shalom, shalom, shalom Shabbat. I'd like to begin by saying all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kadosh. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. I'd like to start just getting right into it. We're going to go to 2 Timothy 4 and verse 3. And just get right into it. Hopefully this will be edifying. This is 2 Timothy 4 and verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, having itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and be turned unto fables. And the Most High is telling us here, even back then, this is a prophecy that would happen to the children of Israel because of our stubbornness, because of our hard-headedness, our disobedience, our constant not being satisfied, coming out of the land of Egypt and constantly murmuring and bickering and complaining and just never, from time immemorial, just not being happy with what was given to us, being satisfied, always wanting what these other nations had, never actually paying attention that these other nations wanted what we had. So now we're in this predicament that we're in, and the only one that can get us out of this predicament is the one that put us in this predicament. And like I said, we're going to just keep going straight into it. We're going to go to Jeremiah. We're going to start at chapter 2, and we'll begin at verse 8. And it reads, "The priest said not, Where is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai? And they that handle the law knew me not. The pastors also transgressed against me, and the prophets prophesied of Baal, and walked after things that do not profit." And this speaks clearly of all that goes on right now with these televangelists, of our own people. And I'm just going to leave their names out of my mouth because we all know who they are. Teaching lies, teaching things that they ought not. But this is to soothe that itching ear of Jacob. Jacob, for the longest, has wanted things that are smooth to him. Tell him lies. Tell him he can do whatever he wants. And JC loves him. JC loves you. In a morbid, distasteful way. But Yahushua is displeased. Yahweh is displeased. They're not happy with the way you've been doing what you've been doing. I'm going to go, and I'm going to continue in Jeremiah chapter 2, and just go right down here to verse 9. "Wherefore will I yet plead with you, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and with your children's children will I plead." And this is twofold. Because now we are the children's children. We're actually those returning again. So we've been here before, whether or not, you can accept it or not. But it's clear that we've been here. You know, we were the ones there when the Messiah was put on the cross. We were the ones there screaming, "Let his blood be on our head and our children's head." It was us. We were that same generation. Therefore, have we, received the punishments of our request. And verse 10 here, "For pass over the isles of Chittim and see, and send unto Kedar, and consider diligently, and see if there be such a thing." And it's, these other nations, they still worship their gods. They don't worship our power. They don't know our power. So how can you worship what you know not? They know what our power is capable of. They know what our power has done. But we're the only nation who have committed, verse 11. "Hath a nation changed their gods, which are no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit." And I'm going to just skip down to, I'm going to continue. Verse 12. "Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushai." And that is the condition of our people. We lie in desolation. Man, you just have to look out your door, drive down the street to see the condition of our people. Whether or not they be wild bulls in the street, or drugged out, or just completely confused and wrapped in this JC juice, the liquor that is that JC madness. It's evident. All of these things are evident right now. "For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewn them out cisterns, broken cisterns, that can hold no water." And this is why the prophet Jeremiah is asking this question. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? So we see here that Israel is spoiled. Israel is in that slave mentality and slave condition because of our own transgressions. Because of what we wanted to do. Because we thought we knew better. And the time is short. The time is short. It's upon you. It's short. It's upon you to turn back. To let go of all of these abominations that you've held on to let go of this plantation Christianity, to let go of the wickedness that is in your heart, and commit yourself to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, to stop calling on the gods of these other nations. Jesus Christos, JC, these are gods of the Edomites. These are not your gods. And as long as you continue to worship these people, you're going to be in the condition that you're in. But even with that, you don't have that much time. Because the Most High, if you haven't seen, Israel has already woke up. The process has already begun and is in full swing. So with this prophecy, you have to understand the Most High is not waiting on you. This is not based upon when you decide to get right. This thing is going to happen. It's going to happen, and it's happening swiftly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read Jeremiah 3. I'm going to start here at verse 6. "Yahweh Bashem Yahushai said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, Hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel hath done? She is gone up upon every high mountain, and under every green tree, and there hath played the harlot." And that's why our Northern Kingdom brothers and sisters are so lost right now. Because man, they've funneled unto every religion, every man. If you bring them something and call it God, they falling all over it. You know, and our northern kingdom is heavy into that Catholicism. You know, and man, these are the ones that change the days. These are the ones that change the time. These are the ones whom all the churches are formed under. All of these churches are the daughters of Catholicism. And despite what you people believe, they still teach Catholicism. They're governed and ruled by Catholicism. You know, I'm going to go on here to verse 7. And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. So all the while, Judah seeing the abominations and the atrocities and all the things that the northern kingdom was doing, and they weren't attempting to correct themselves. They were looking as though, you know, hey, we can do it too. And verse 8, man, and I saw, for when all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, and I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce, yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. So Judah too, you know, didn't hold back, ran right and began doing the exact same things that the northern kingdom was doing. And now we are both in this condition, you know, whether or not we're in the ghettos, whether or not we're in the barrios, whether or not we're locked away in these, man, what do they call them, where they took our indigenous brothers and sisters? It slips my mind for a moment, but I mean, you know where they're at if you can see them, you know. I mean, all our people all over this planet are in a perpetual state of despair, you know, and this was brought upon us by our own doing. You know, we can't be upset at anyone else but us, because this was all a direct result of our transgressions, of our desire to want to follow these other nations, of our willingness to do what they did, to follow them and be like them. You know? But now is the time that the Most High has given us a moment to wake up, to get ourselves together. You know? Alright, I'm going over here to Hosea 4, and I'm going to start with verse 1. Hear the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, ye children of Israel. For Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of power in the land. You know, we have slidden so far back that we now, you know, most of our people believe this madness. I mean, they are caught up in these liquor stores with this JC juice, and they have drunk it down, and they're drunk. They're drunk with it, you know, because JC tells you the laws are done away with. So now you fully are committed to verse 2 by swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery. All these things you do because JC tells you the laws are done away with. Do as thou will. And as you will are swearing, lying, killing, stealing, committing adultery. They break out, and blood toucheth blood. I'm going to just slip into verse 3 here. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field, and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea shall also be taken away. You know, and the Most High took everything from us and put us in the worst of the worst conditions. And still, instead of turning back, you committed yourselves wholeheartedly to Christianity, to the things that profit us not. You know, there's no profit in Christianity. There's no returning to the Most High in Christianity. Only thing you have in Christianity is the foolishness of plantation Christianity. And the Most High is not dealing with it. He's not dealing with the madness that you people are part of. You know, the time now is to turn back. You know, I'm going to go here to Proverbs 29, verse 17. Correct thy son, and he shall give thee rest. Yea, he shall give delight unto thy soul. Where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the law, happy is he. You know, and the Most High is showing us here. You know, he gave us the law to guide us, to make us above these other nations, and keep us safe. I mean, I've said it in the past, and I'll repeat myself again. The law cannot save you, but the law keeps you safe. If you keep the law to the best of your ability, man, I mean, it just goes without saying. If you're not chasing down your neighbor's wife, your neighbor's not chasing you down. If you're not running around stealing and being the worst kind of person you can be, chances are the Most High will send that which you need. He fed us with manna in the wilderness. He feeds the sparrows. Do you not think that he would take care of you, his children? You know, you've forgotten who to trust in. You've forgotten who your power is. You've forgotten who led you through the wilderness, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt. These things you've forgotten, and it's time for remembrance. It's time to turn back to your power. You know, and this leads me to 2 Peter's. We're going to go right here to chapter 3 and verse 1. And I'll start at the beginning. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds by way of remembrance. You know, this is something that we are to remember. You know, something that, man, that voice behind you, the voice behind you, it's time to pay attention. You know, there's that voice behind you calling you. You know, and if the voice is behind you, then that means you're going the wrong way. Turn around. You know, and I'm going to go on here to verse 2. That ye may be mindful of the words which were spoken before by the holy prophets, and of the commandment of us, the apostles of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and Savior. You know, and in this verse 3, and I'm going to just touch this, you know, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust. You know, and these are those, man, those plantation Christianity preachers who really don't believe that our Lord Yahushai Hamashiach is going to come back. They don't really believe it. They're preparing for, years to come in this land. They're preparing to stay here and just you know, live, do what they want to do, be all they can be in America, and not taking heed that this place is on its way out. It's wrapping up so quickly that, man, I mean, if you caught up in this television and all the madness that they brought before you, then yeah, you're not seeing it because they're hiding it. But this place, the foundation, the march around Jericho has already begun. And Lord willing, man, that 7th march and the blowing of the trumpets is about to begin. The foundation is already crumbled. It's already crumbled. And now it's time for you to begin to, man, I'm going to go right here to 2nd Ezra. And then we're going to go to 14 and start at verse 13. Because now, 2nd Ezra 14 verse 13. Now, therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. And let's go right here into verse 14. Let go from these mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. And for all those that don't believe in Jacob's trouble, verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So, the Most High is telling you, all the things that we've gone through, all the times that we've had to deal with, everything that has been done, there is a time greater coming, a time worse coming, a time of Jacob's trouble, such as the world has never seen. And I'm gonna read verse 17, and then I'm gonna continue forward. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So this world has grown weak, has grown tired with sin, with the corruption, with the blood that's been soaked in it. I mean, we dwell among the world's best murderer. This man has soaked the planet in blood. And now he thinks he's going to run to his underwater stations and his space stations and his bunkers and maintain some kind of continuity. That's not going to happen. And all you of Jacob who think that this man is going to come back and regain, man, that's your itching ear. The Most High is getting ready to take over. And he's going to bring Israel back. And Lord willing, that we be part of the elect are going to reign with Yahushua on earth. So now is the time. Turn back. Turn back. So in closing, I just have 2 more verses here that I want to bring up. So we're going to go back to Hosea. And we're going to go 14 and verse 4. And the Most High says, when we turn back, Hosea 14 verse 4, I will heal their backsliding. I will love them freely, for mine anger is turned away from him. And I'm going to go in verse 5. I will be as the dew unto Israel. He shall grow up as the lily and cast forth his roots as Lebanon. You know, the Most High is letting us know, man, this world was made for us. You know, these nations was made for us. But there's certain guidelines, stipulations, and things that we have to do to obtain it. You know, the path is narrow. It's not a wide path. Everyone isn't on it. Everyone can't be on it. You know? And at the time now to get together, get yourself right. You know? I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want to burn on this side. I don't want to get cooked in order to receive the kingdom. You know? I'd much rather follow what the Most High has given me to follow, to do as His will. And I mean, it's a much safer place to do His will. You know? And on that, I'm going to read Malachi 3, and I'm going to go right here to verse 6. You know, and this is for you, Jacob. And it states, "For I am Yahweh B'Shem Yahawashi. I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." So the Most High is letting us know who He loves and who He is going to rescue from the coming events that are about to come upon the world. Correct yourselves. Get yourselves together. Make haste. Don't hesitate. Bring yourselves fully around and hear the voice behind you. And you don't have much time. I hope this lesson was edifying. I'd like to close with saying all praises once again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakar Kadash. Double honors, peace, blessings to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Much respect, much respect. Peace and blessing to the hopeful elect. Shalom Shabbat. The water for listening. Shalom.